Are we live? All right. Hey, Lee, why don't you do the intro?
What does the intro usually look like?
It's Hey, welcome to Equity or Bust.
Do you want to have Jeff do it? Jeff can do it.
Listen to it a lot of times. Could do it.
All right. Welcome to Equity or Bust, where construction meets real estate. This is my co-host Young, and we're gonna shoot the shit today.
All right, let's do it. We're just gonna shoot the shit and talk about ourselves. Well, I'm gonna ask Leo questions. He's gonna ask me. We don't have any sort of format for this today. We're just gonna be
Yeah, you told me
improv.
to prepare myself, and I sat down when I got home, and I woke up at 6:35.
Well, you sat down and passed out.
I sat down and passed the fuck out.
Oh, that's why you look so sleepy, huh?
Yeah. I sat down and passed the fuck out.
I know that feeling. But usually when I wake up, I feel good. No?
No.
You don't feel good when you wake up?
You know when you sleep and you don't sleep all the sleep that you should have slept? Like some kind of mythical sleep that you're missing? Yeah. I woke up and
Oh,
I
my
slept.
body doesn't work that way.
Yeah, no, I slept. But it wasn't the sleep that my body was requesting.
If I sleep like 15 minutes, I'm good for like 4 hours.
Usually I can take a power nap and I'm good, but no.
No?
This was not that kind of sleep. This was sleeping on a fucking desk chair, just zoned out.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking of like sitting on a mat, laying on the floor, that type of thing.
How many hours a night do you guys sleep?
6?
I had a sleep study done. I sleep 5 hours and 9 minutes on average. When I was younger, it was like 4 hours and something.
When I take gummies, I sleep like 8 hours.
In terms of like time range, like when you go to bed and then you wake up, forget the sleep study. Like, this was only legitimate.
I'm at the crack of like 5:30 every day. I'm awake and my body does not want to sleep anymore.
So for me, it varies. I typically wake up between 5 and 6 every day, but I go to bed between like midnight and 2. Maybe like 11 is the earliest I go to bed. Yeah. But sometimes I will sleep into like 6:15.
I'm usually in bed by 10:30. Around 11, I fall asleep.
Like the team will see emails coming from me at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, just, don't sleep. Just got to go. You know?
I'm a night owl, but
Oh, if I could
I'm
choose,
home so I can sleep a little later too.
well, if I could choose the perfect hours for me, I would stay up to 5 in the morning and go to and wake up at like 10.
Yeah, I
Like that's kind of like because like there's this serenity in the middle of the night,
Everyone's asleep. That's the time to catch up and bypass everyone.
That's the one that's the most creative.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's part of the reason why I like to wake up early
No one
because I get
bugs
to go
you.
downstairs and sit in my kitchen in silence before thing 1 and thing 2 come down to terrorize, and then the idiot and the other idiot come down and start fucking being idiots.
That's funny. I stretch, I meditate, I take walks. That's my morning.
No, I sit down and prepare for the fucking storm of 4 kids.
Yeah.
One being a fucking pre-adolescent that think he knows everything.
I'll typically listen to an audiobook or read something or do some meditation.
How fucking zen of you.
It's usually I do every morning. I do that.
Nice.
Yeah, helps me not freak out.
My daily affirmations lately have been, don't fuck up.
You know what though? I think that's a bad daily affirmation though, because like I feel like instead of saying don't fuck up, it's do better. The positive connotation, because if you worry about fucking up, you're gonna fuck up. Or if you worry about being better, you're
Fuck up's gonna happen whether I like it or not. I just
Exactly.
gotta react to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really care anymore. It's funny how having a business has numbed the fuck out of me being in like situations where shit hits the fan. And Carol's like, why aren't you freaking out more about this? And I'm like, it's gonna get resolved. There's been a gajillion situations where the shit has hit the fan and it got resolved. So this is gonna get resolved, or it's not gonna get resolved, and we're gonna move on and fucking, whatever.
It's funny, like in business, when it's like a financial thing, you'll notice I don't really freak out when it has to do with money. I freak out when it has to do with like efficiency. It's a funny thing about me. Like,
I'm sorry to tell you this. You might not seem like you might not know that you freak out, but you freak out.
not about money though. No, I'm like, oh shit. All right, what are we gonna do about this?
Well, your freak out the whole team knows your freak out is different. Your freak out is you ask us the same thing 20 times and then answer it yourself 20 times.
Yeah.
And then you just, yeah. And then 2 hours later, we talk again. You're like, fuck, that sucks.
He doesn't yell when he's freaking out. He just asks a lot of questions.
No, he repeats the same thing 20 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's funny.
I had to tell you to stop talking about Palmetto Street because you fucking, whenever it would come up, you'd just say it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I was like, dude, we're done. There's no more Palmetto.
Yeah.
It can't hurt us anymore.
Yeah. Huh. I gotta get better about that because you can't live in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
And we fucking survived it. And then we went and dealt with other shit. And
we survived it and we thrived too. We actually made money on that one.
So it's shit happens.
Are your construction hours usually like 7 to 3 or something like that?
The construction hours are usually like 7 to 5. But these last couple of weeks, they've been like 7 to 7. Like 3 weeks. I have actually not been in the field for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half. I haven't actually been in the field. I took all the tools out of the truck and everything. And these
It's been a year and a half? Wow.
Maybe more, to be honest with you. But these last 3 weeks, I have been in the field with the guys from sun up to sundown trying to fix my scheduling fuck up and get across the finish line. The big project we're working on also really slowed things down a little bit. It's sucking up resources. And that project was before I changed how we structure our payment schedule for the job. So we're still waiting for a large lump payment on that when we finish.
I know which one you're talking about.
So we're like dumping resources in there to get across the finish line.
So I think my time is like, I get like 5 or 6. I think there are days where I work until like midnight. But I mean, I take breaks in the middle, I'll like do client lunches and things like that, but it doesn't feel like work for me. Like it's like a lot of it I actually really enjoy. It doesn't feel like work when you actually enjoy it. I half my days talking to people.
So like I'm exhausted, but like I'm actually happy because I enjoy doing the field work more than I enjoy sitting at the desk and doing that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. You see shit get done. We got to a house today. The kitchen was in fucking shambles, and we left there, and it looked like a kitchen. So I like doing that shit.
Way faster too.
It does. And if you think about it, and my wife can never hear this, doing construction with like your crew, it's like kind of hanging out with your buddies all day doing stuff. Yeah, like you're pretty much hanging out with the dudes all day, just fucking doing shit.
Huh.
So like, it's exhausting physically, and me being the owner of the company, it's kind of like they have a different perspective because they're like punching their clock, but we're just kind of hanging out and doing stuff.
Actually, that's kind of why I like working in real estate, because a lot of it is getting to know people.
Yeah.
And I like people. So, I mean, like, I used to have a job where, I was in front of a computer all the time too. But now I'm in front of a computer where I talk to people though. But I'm also like out in the field too, talking to people a lot, So, but I think what's nice about what we do is that we have every day is a different day. That's the cool thing, I think. Like you don't like, you think your day is one thing, and then like by 3 o'clock, you're like, I did not expect any of this to happen.
Every day is a different fucking shit. A different fucking problem that was not supposed to come up. Comes up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We had today was one of those days. We were supposed to just put in a hood. We went in there because the customer was like, the carpenters, the cabinet people, they've made the hood. It's done. We just need the exhaust because we need to be able to use it. And we're like, all right, let's go there. Let's put the hood in real quick, and then we'll go back to what we were doing. We left there at like 3:30 in the afternoon after getting there at 8 o'clock in the morning. An exhaust fan for a fucking stove. Like, it was supposed to be a simple install. And we chipped the fucking hood, like the actual covering that goes on the hood, that was custom made. So that's going to have to be repaired.
Oh, that sucks.
And it was like it's like a metal patina. It's a crazy process that they do, and they apply it with like a bonding agent, and that's water-based, and then the water evaporates, and it's just like metal. So it's going to be interesting to see that get repaired. But it was wild to get that in there, especially because it's completely closed off. So we had to put the vent from the inside. So we took the whole thing apart, put the casing on, and then rebuilt it inside the freaking vent to get it in there.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take, huh?
Yeah, because there's things that we literally had to custom make tools on site to be able to do some of the shit. At one point, there was a broomstick with a freaking screwdriver attached to it going all the way up the freaking vent.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, I mean, like, I think that's part of the fun, actually, is trying to solve something.
It is. It got figured out. It was just happens all the time, I guess. But it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy solving problems like that every day, like finding a solution to that shit. That's why I'm in construction, why I like it. And why I like being in the field. Fixing problems on a computer is literally just doing math and fucking data crunching all the time.
Not your thing.
No.
Yeah. And there are people that love working with their hands, you know? And also, I think that when you work with your hands and you see progress, physical progress.
Yeah, you feel a lot more fulfilled.
It's way easier to notice the differences, you know? Especially like the dramatic differences that you do with some of your transformations.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like, how many times have people walked into the property and be like, holy shit, is this the same place? You know? Like the place we did in Wakefield? We were like, whoa. The family
was nice.
The old family that used to live there.
Wakefield was actually one of my favorite projects.
That was total transformation. You raised the ceiling like 2.5 feet, 2 feet, just whatever that was. It's like soaring ceilings, totally different layout.
Lynn is still my least favorite project that we've done so far.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Even after Woburn.
Yeah. Wow, you didn't like the Lynn one? You liked the Lynn one less than the Woburn one?
Yeah. Not the number side. The number side was fantastic. I just didn't like the product at the end. Like, I just didn't like that house, the layout, how it was.
Well, I mean, we took a really shitty layout and made it okay.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it showed really well. When we took all those walls away.
Yeah, no, it showed fantastic. I just, like the top of the stairs and...
Well, I mean, you're also like 6 foot something, you know, so.
That's funny. The house that we were at today, the clients they're shorter than you are. Mm-hmm. So they're about like right here on me. Mm-hmm. So we installed everything at like standard height and stuff. And like the bathroom sink is like right here on the girl.
What? She's that short?
She's short. So much so that we were going to have a mirror above the sink. And then we decided to put a full mirror like panel behind the entire thing so she'd be able to use the mirror, because if we put a mirror above the actual faucet, it was gonna like just show her nose up. Wow,
she is pretty short. I mean, is this the owner or the kid?
The owner. She can't reach the top shelf on the Sub-Zero fridge that she bought.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
You know, I being Vietnamese, I grew up with a lot of short people too. But I think that sounds really short. And so
yeah. But I mean, you probably had stepping stools. Like Carol at my house, if you go to my house and open my cabinets, none of the top shelves have anything on it. She refuses to put stuff up there because she does not want to have a step stool somewhere for her to go up. So she just puts everything on the bottom shelves and refuses to use the top space.
Chili has step stool too. Yeah. Yeah, but we don't have a lot of, well, we could have more cabinet space. So that's why she has a step stool, you know. So you were raised in the U.S., right? Then?
Yeah.
Do you spend any time in Brazil or not really?
Yeah, I was born in the U.S. I spent, I think, 1 or 2 years here, and then I went and lived in Brazil for 5 years with my grandparents. My mom actually shipped me to Brazil for 5-ish years. I don't remember how much. It was several years.
It's like roughly 2 to 7 years old.
Yeah, well, she put her life together so she could actually raise kids and then brought us back.
Wow. So do you feel like that's in any way changed like your perception of the world? You know, from living in Brazil from 2 to 7?
I loved living in Brazil.
Did you?
Especially because a lot of the time was spent on my grandparents' like ranch. And I love that. When I retire, it's going to be somewhere where I look in all directions and I don't see people.
So you liked the ranch because it was in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you had all the money in the world, right? Let me see if I can guess this. It sounds like you want a house in the middle of nowhere. If you had all the money in the world, money was an object, you'd have a big house with a big yard, like maybe farmland even, you know, kind of thing.
As long as there's no people for that I can visibly see when I step out onto my porch, fantastic.
That's ironic because you just said like how on the job site you like working with the guys, but then you don't want to
with
people.
the guys.
Oh, so you get to choose whenever you want to hang out with people.
Exactly.
And you have a collective goal.
Exactly. We have a collective goal of what we're going to be doing. We have a task. Now think of living in fucking Woburn where some nice person threw a fucking tantrum and sent a fucking demand letter about a goddamn fence that they didn't know the fence was a problem.
Because there's so much
because there was so much
weeds.
weeds and shit grown into it. And then we took the fence down and they're like, hey, you moved the fence. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The fence is inside the fence grew into the tree.
It's been there for like decades, probably.
And I was like, how did we move the fence? And they're like, well, the fence wasn't there before. This is where it's supposed to be. And now it's over here. And I was like, how did we move the fucking fence?
It's a little intertwined with the trees.
Yeah,
It's like
I brought them out there and I'm like, can you explain this to me? Like the fence is inside the fucking trees and the sticks over here. Like, how did we move this fence? Are you saying that we moved the trees and moved the fence with it? And they're like, no, but this isn't how it was, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, well, we don't like the fence. I don't touch fences when we do flips because it usually pisses off a neighbor. I would rather take the fence off. It's hideous. It's freaking chicken wire. Like, it's going to look a lot better if there's no fence here. They're like, oh, okay, we can take it out. I was like, yeah, you could have just had a conversation with me. Instead, you sicked your lawyer on me.
And then everything's fine now, but like, you know, you didn't have to go to the nuclear option. You just said, hey.
No, and it was hilarious too because the lawyer's letter said, oh, the owner would like an opportunity to have a conversation with you. Saw homeboy outside and I was like, hey, sir. And he's like, no, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. And I was like,
your letter says come talk to me.
You said come talk to me.
Yeah. I feel like I'm the opposite of you in many ways, and that one of those is that I love being around people. Like my energy, I feel like introverts lose energy when they are around a lot of people.
Yeah, no,
it
I
drains
love being
them.
around people, my people.
Oh, okay. I mean, there are people that I don't want to be around too.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone has that.
I love being around my people. It's just new people. A lot of the times, it's a hit or a miss, and most of the times, it's a fucking miss. I don't know why I looked at you. You're not a miss. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, you're right in our book.
I'm more of an introvert, and even my favorite people, I kind of have to charge up a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's specific people that like you have to take in certain doses. Like you can't be around, even if you like the person, you can't be around that person all the time because they suck the fucking the energy out of you.
There are people like that, I feel like, that suck the energy out of you, but I think that they suck the energy out of everybody. There are certain people that are like that, you know? I try not to hang out with people like that actually at all. Growing up, I hung with a lot of different people, and I remember, like, I'm not going to say any names, but there was one person at one point where they were actually a fairly good friend of mine. And I realized that, like, you know, when you have a good friend, you start taking advice from your friend, right? And the problem with taking advice from your friend is that if they make poor decisions, you're getting advice from someone who's going to tell you to make poor decisions.
Yeah.
Right? And some of the advice, I started realizing this girl's advice to me, and I was like, man, you know what? I looked at like the way she lived life, and I was like, I'm going to end up the same way as her. I can't listen to this advice. Like, I feel like you're the average of your 5 best friends. So I choose not to hang out with people that have like negative thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, or else I'm just going to be a negative person. You know, so I gotta say, most of the people I hang out with are pretty nice people. You know, so I really don't have anyone around me I don't like. Really, not anymore. No.
I don't either, but sometimes they come attached to people that I like. So
that could happen. Yeah, it could. But most of my time is spent around people that I work with, though, too, and my clients. You know, so I gotta say, like, there's a lot of good in people, and like I feel like
that's one of the places where we differ because I always say all the time, never underestimate the ability of people in being stupid.
I'm sure there's stupidity.
I tell that to people all the time. You just don't underestimate the ability of people being stupid.
Oh, there's plenty of stupid people out there. Yeah. You know, but I think I'm more concerned about the intent. You know, there are people that are stupid, but there are people that are
like it's a blend of the two things.
yeah.
It's like I go into interactions with open mind and hoping for the best, but always protect and defend myself so that no one can really hurt me.
I have like super early triggers. Somebody does one thing that sets off an alarm. I'm like, all right, this person's a fucking idiot. I don't want to deal with him.
I actually don't get offended very easily either.
Yeah, no, the offense part, I don't give a flying fuck. You can say whatever you want. I'm just gonna fucking.
Offense, but I mean, like, you stick your neck. You can only stick your neck out for people so far before you start taking a risk.
Yeah.
And it's nothing personal, but there's very, very few people that I trust to stick my neck out that far for, that it's gonna come back and hurt me.
I can count on my hand the amount of people that I would stick my neck out for.
You know, I feel like it's better to have a moderate amount of close friends than like having a whole lot of acquaintances. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I would rather have just a handful of really good
Quality
people.
over quantity.
Yeah.
In personal and in business.
But I mean, but I would say my circle is pretty wide, you know, but like, but the thing is like, I feel like the people that I choose to be around, like because we're busy, right? Some of my best friends, I know that if I call them, like, and I haven't talked to them in like 5 years, I can call them and we'll just pick back up like nothing ever happened.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's like a really good friend. The friend that says, oh, I'm not your friend anymore because I haven't talked to you in 5 years. I don't think they were really your friend to begin with.
No.
You know? So over the years, I mean, there's plenty of people. I just called somebody yesterday and immediately like, holy shit, what's up? You know, like, hey, when are you going to come visit me? It's like the first thing he said to me. I haven't talked to him in like 3 years, you know?
Yeah, no.
But like, I feel like those are really good friends, you know? But when you were in Brazil, right, and then you came here, did you speak English pretty well yet? Because you have no accent at all. Then.
You are asking me questions that I don't know 1,000%.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So apparently when I was younger, I could speak Spanish. Yeah.
The fuck?
I was around a bunch of Spanish people.
And now you can't
I
anymore?
can understand a bunch of it. I can't speak it, but I can understand enough. Yeah.
Where the fuck were you around a bunch of Spanish people?
Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Yep.
Really?
Yeah. I also spoke apparently fluent Vietnamese when I was a little baby. I started speaking like, I don't remember what it was, but it's like super early. Super early.
Huh.
Yeah. I think like by the time I was like 1 year old, I was actually helping, like I knew which tools to give my grandfather when he was working on stuff. I would pick stuff up and hand it to him as an assistant when I was a kid. But like,
We have assistants nowadays that still can't do that, and they're fucking 20-something years old. Actually, me and Andre were at the job site today, and several times, like, we were doing stuff, and there's, what is a good term? Like, fucking green kid, I don't know, just a laborer.
newbie.
Newbie. There was a newbie there, and every time we needed something, he was just like, looking at what we were doing, and I'm like, I'm gonna grab this and give it to him while you just stare at it, okay? Thank you. And I would hand it over to Andre, and Andre's like, you saw me looking for it, why didn't you just grab it? And he's like, oh, I didn't know you needed it. Oh, okay, cool. That's fine.
Well, maybe he didn't. Well, maybe he is new, so maybe he didn't.
Well, it's not brand new. But I was actually talking to Andre about that the other day. It's nice to work with somebody who has the same like brain pattern and thoughts that you do, because like the work flows faster.
I haven't met anybody that has a brain pattern.
Like you anticipate what's going to be needed. Like we're doing something and like he reaches down and the fucking whatever tool or whatever needs to be done is already coming at him. That shit's nice.
You know, I take that back. You know who knows my brain pattern?
Marina? No?
Well, Marina does actually, yeah. Marina's probably number 2, but Chili.
Oh, well, obviously.
Yeah, like Chili like anticipates what I want or what I need before I even say, think, or do anything. It's wild. Like I've never met anyone who's like that prepared. Like I'll like get home and like immediately she'll like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like I'll be talking about a trip, right? And she'll like have everything like she'll have like a bunch of ideas for me like right away. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like I'll sit down and like I'll look for something and she'll hand it to me.
Can I interrupt your thought there to just say something funny here? I just got a quote for some work that we're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's like bidding on the work for us, and one of the line items says power shower house.
What is power shower house?
Probably deep clean the house, but they translated it from another language in some app or something,
house?
and it's power. Probably, but
Well, the house is getting showered.
power
It's getting a
shower
bath,
house.
I guess. You're right.
Power shower house, power shower material. That's hilarious.
Speaking of translations, I had a friend who was at Disney, and she was Norwegian. And there are certain words that are banned in Disney.
Yeah.
She was not allowed to say the word actually in Norwegian. Because the way you say actually in Norwegian is fuck disk. Which sounds actually perfectly, it fits perfectly in the sentence. Actually, I'm going to go home. Fuck disk, I'm going to go home. So like, they couldn't actually ever say the word actually. They're banned from saying that. There were like a whole series of words in different languages that Disney banned all the people that were working there from saying.
Interesting.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go home. Fuck this. I'm going to go home.
So when'd you get into real estate and why? What drove you to real estate?
So my whole family was in real estate. And when I was like young, my dad like bought basically a condemned property and rebuilt it, moved into it, and eventually bought another place. He put everything in credit cards, floated credit and credit cards.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, they would just move debt between credit cards because there was no fees at the time to transfer. And they would just float debt and not pay interest because they would just move the debt to another card and get another card and they had like 40 cards or whatever it was. And he used to try to get me to go out and, go on the job site. And I was kind of mortified. So when I was like 6 years old, the last thing you want to do when you're 6 years old is wake up at 5 a.m. and go to a job site. So I was like, I don't want to get into real estate.
That's kind of crazy because like if I tell thing one and thing two that they can go to work with me, they literally asked to take. I had to buy them a little hammer because they want to take a hammer and go hammer things.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah.
They're like little U's. That's great. You got to remember, I was a night owl. So I would like stay up to like 5 o'clock in the morning. Last thing I want to do is like, go to bed and wake right back up.
Yeah, they're not night owls.
Yeah, I was definitely a night owl growing up. But so I didn't actually get into real estate until like much later. Then I ended up being a mortgage broker. And then it was by chance actually. I was getting my apartment in Boston and the landlord happened to own a brokerage. And he's like, when I was signing the lease with him, he's like, you ever thought about being in real estate? You would do really good in real estate.
This is not Leopold at the time, right?
Nah, this is the one before that. So you think you ever thought about real estate? And I was like, well, I already have a job. If it doesn't work out, I'll come back in like a year and a half. And, if this doesn't work out, then I'll try real estate then. He's like, I think you should. Well, and I came back. And the rest is history. I never left. She's the longest running, like, anything I've ever done, actually, is real estate. I've been in it for a while. And I've tried so much crap. I mean, like, literally, like, we used to joke around, like, people are like, oh, did you ever do this? Like, oh, yeah, I did that for a little bit. Oh, I did that for a little bit.
Yeah, you were a fucking lumberjack for a while, apparently.
Lumberjack. I used to do cell phone repair. Like, I actually had a company that used to do cell phone repairs, but it would be delivery. I'd come up and get your phone for you, give you a loaner, and then bring it back to you. Like, cell phone repair. Then I had, I also had a IT company. I did, I made a bunch of stuff. I mean, like a marketing company, I did digital marketing for a while.
I had my foray into web design and digital marketing as well for a while.
You still do some of that too on the side, right?
I don't have time for that shit anymore.
No?
I actually closed off the last remaining large contract that I had that was paying out quite well. Because I just don't have time to manage it. Like, and I told them too, like, I don't have the time to give you the attention that you guys need anymore. Like, if you guys I'd be stealing from you if you guys kept paying me.
Well, honesty is probably the best bet because all that would end up being is like everyone's going to get upset anyway.
Yeah.
You did the right thing anyway. So I thought you had like a you did a side business with like some web dev stuff.
Yeah, at the beginning, but I just haven't. I don't barely have time to do the shit I have to do right now. Have you seen my task list?
Yeah, I give you shit for your test list.
Yeah. I barely have time to complete any of the stuff that I have now. Imagine trying to do web design for people.
Yeah, I hear you. My task list is pretty long too.
Yeah.
How'd you get into construction?
I'm Brazilian.
Okay.
When Brazilian men get here, they're given a freaking paintbrush. When women get here, they're given a broom and a mop.
Yeah. You ever thought about doing anything else?
Honestly, I should have finished school and gone for engineering and gotten an engineering degree because that's what this is basically what I've wanted to do my entire life.
I mean, you could do civil engineering.
I still plan on it. Right. When I have more time, I'm going to get my degree in civil engineering, but this is what I've basically wanted to do.
You know, I'm less than 2 years away from getting my civil engineering degree.
Why don't you get it?
What's that?
Why don't you get it?
Time.
I can tutor you when the time comes.
Yeah.
For civil engineering? Nice. Oh, yeah, that's right. You are a civil engineer. Look at that. Hey, you want to stamp plans for us once in a while?
Sure. You kick me a few bucks under the table.
There we go.
I do have a question kind of related to that, though. When you guys start a new project, do you sketch up some blueprints or anything for like everything you're gonna?
Yes and no. It depends on how
it depends on the scope of the. It depends on the scope of the project and the town that we're working on, right? Some towns really, really want us to do existing and proposed, so like they'll force us to get sketches, like blueprints of the entire house of what it is. Even if we're like moving one wall, they're like, we want existing and we want proposed. So we have to draw the whole freaking thing and then draw what we're going to be doing on the other side of it.
But some of them want stamped. Some of them want just like a sketch.
Yeah, like
it's all over the map.
Regardless of what you're doing.
Yeah, like in Weymouth, for instance, right? I sent them proposed and existing, but I literally drew it up on a fucking pad and that was it. And I handed it into them.
Oh, I've seen building permits that are like older ones that literally it's a flashcard. It says, add garage, yes.
Yeah.
And that's all it says. No pictures, no nothing.
I literally drew the square that the bathroom is with that dividing wall between it and the laundry. And then I drew another square and be like, wall gone.
So if you do find yourself in a permitting situation where you do need to provide existing and proposed plans, you don't need to get a third party to come in and document what you did.
Well, it depends. It depends. If it needs to be stamped, then yeah, that's the third party.
Yeah, but we don't do architectural drawings either, so we always get a third party to do it.
Yeah. Do you do drawings? Oh,
hey,
really?
if you want to do drawings, Jeff, we can give you.
If I have to leave my job, I know where I'm going.
I mean, is this something you have even time for then? So what we find is one of the issues we find is that no one meets their deadlines. Like we want them to draw something.
Annoying.
It's super annoying. We want them to draw something and they tell us like 3 weeks, and then we're like calling them every day, like 3 weeks in one day.
And I've told like one of our more recent ones. I told him, I was like, if it's more money, let me know. If you need more time, let me know. Just give me a timeline where it's gonna happen and just stick to that timeline. That's it. That's all I want. Nothing else.
Because it's hard to plan anything if you have to set the right expectations.
And sometimes the work depends on those plans for us to start.
Mm-hmm. And we're like totally screwed because we're waiting for stupid plans.
Yeah, like right now I've literally, and it sucks because in our business I don't like withholding money from vendors, but I've literally had to resort to, I withhold money from certain vendors because I know that if I pay them, they're not going to come through. So I literally hold on to money to make sure that we cross the finish line because then I can use that as leverage.
Well, honestly, you kind of have to do that because people are not going to be that motivated if they already have all their money.
Like if people don't send in their paperwork too, like we need W-9s, COIs and all that stuff, I have to withhold money and force them to send that before they get their last check or they will never fucking provide it because good luck getting those people to send it afterwards. Like I've had cases where I've had to give somebody more work and then be like, yeah, now when you send me paperwork, I'll pay you. Because that's the only way to do it. Because otherwise they just keep brushing you off. But yeah, Jeff, if you want to do some drawings for us.
I mean, do you have experience drawing?
You your head would spin if you saw the type of drawings that I do.
Yeah, our drawings are so simple.
Like, what you guys need is probably a lot
Just
more.
pennies compared to the stuff.
It's houses, not like,
Yeah, it's literally well. At some point, it's not going to be houses. At some point, it's going to be. We're
looking to do entitlements and subdivisions. So I don't know if you've experienced with that.
Interior structures, exterior. I've done whole residential developments, grading,
Oh.
roadways,
stop this shit.
retaining walls, utility layouts for entire developments. Like
Actually,
50 to 100 units.
we're gonna have to talk because I'm looking at those separate projects right now. Actually,
How long would it?
The only thing that I wouldn't feel comfortable doing, because I don't, unless I got more experience, is stamping them.
Stamping the drawings for like
If you
the.
needed something stamped, that because I don't, I'd have to like get more experience.
no. So we need the stamp. That's the thing. Insert like the bigger ones like that. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it.
for the huge stuff, but like he can still stamp them as long as the.
If it's like a house, that's probably easy. But I'm talking about like whole developments. You probably want.
No, but like the only thing that the stamp is required for on those is because of like load calculations and stuff like that. And I'm sure you're perfectly fine with figuring out the loads for LVL beams carrying fucking snow load, dead load, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. Yeah. That's easy. I'm sure he's talking more about doing fucking triple decker, large buildings and condo units. That's different.
I think looking at his face, I think he's comfortable with that. Even I think he's more talking about like actually like whole neighborhoods. Something you wouldn't want to stamp. Then, right? What are you more comfortable with, like whole neighborhoods or like triple deckers and?
No, I'm not a structural engineer, so
Okay.
I'm saying it's not
The structural
that I couldn't
stuff.
do those calculations. It's that I would need more exposure to it to like build up that.
Yeah, we would need somebody who has that background. Yeah.
But that's easy enough to figure out. You can even go to a freaking lumber yard and get them to do the calculations for you. And the lumber yard does the calculations pretty well. If you literally go to like Burlington Lumber where we go sometimes and tell them, listen, we have this, this, and this, and we need the calculations for it. They'll tell you what you need. They'll give you the printout, and then they'll fucking give you the material you need for it.
It is pretty easy. It's just I haven't done a ton of it
Yeah.
in a while.
But for single family homes, especially if we're not doing any of that stuff, right? A lot of the times,
If you're not affecting anything, then
yeah. If we're not affecting anything major, even if we're taking a load-bearing wall down and putting, LVLs up or
No, when you're
changing
talking
how
about
it
like
is.
post LVL, it's not really that bad.
Yeah, you just got to make sure I'm pretty sure we oversize our supports every single time too.
I think we do.
We do.
Yeah. Which I mean, I'd rather do anyway. It's like a couple more bucks and it's safer for everybody.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way to do it.
But there's work, Jeff. Because I am very pissed off at the architects that we've worked with. I had an architect hit on a client.
Oh my God. Ferrari body.
That fucking douchebag.
I can't believe he told my client that she had a Ferrari body. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I wasn't very, kind of was a little bit awkward.
That was a large renovation. He lost that job for that was going to be like a $200,000 ticket. And I'm pretty sure that she went another way because of that fucking architect.
I think that had something to do with it. Not all of it, but
But that's like the
that might have been what tipped it.
Yeah.
And she's married, has kid.
Dude went into her house, sketched everything. Yeah, sketched everything out, and then later on she was messaging him about what she wanted, and she's like, "Oh, I'm thinking of putting a sauna," and he was like, "Oh yeah, so you can work on that Ferrari body of yours."
Why would you ever say that? It's like largely inappropriate. Like
and just like
30s.
30, I think late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, late 30s, early 40s. She's probably like early 30s. No, she's like mid 30s maybe.
Yeah. Just the fucking creeper though. Like,
I mean, whether or not she's attractive or not, that has nothing to do in a professional setting.
No.
It's just when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, dude. I talked to her about it. And she's like a personal friend too.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I mean, like, it's okay, but,
It's not okay.
I really didn't like that. I was like, no, I don't like that at all. And we're not going to use that guy anymore.
And we didn't.
Nope.
But fuck. He was also took forever. And then when he actually got something over to us, like I didn't know him so much to get the stuff over to us. And he's like, oh, fine, here you go, Leo. And I'm like, what do you mean? You're being paid for this? What do you mean, fine, here you go? It's been like 4 weeks since you told me 2 weeks ago, since you told me in 2 weeks I'll have it done. And then 4 weeks later, you're telling me, here you go, Leo, with attitude, like I'm causing you an inconvenience. This is your fucking job. You're getting paid to do this. Like, why, like, I don't understand.
Speaking of engineer, I do miss, like, I always say there's two sides. If you gave me like a pencil and you wanted me to do math equations and figure things out, like, and I actually really enjoyed studying engineering. Like, I actually enjoyed math problems. I enjoyed all that stuff.
Which is one of the reasons I like doing what I do, and I like carpentry, because I enjoy the math of it. I enjoy planning things out, and I enjoy joinery and having things fit beautifully together. Which is why I get so pissed off when I see carpenters that are like carrying a caulking gun around to hide things. Because they're not carpenters. They're painters that know how to fucking cut wood. It's different.
I agree with that. In the, like, whenever it is I have more free time and the money to do so, I would like to open up, buy a warehouse and make artist lofts out of it.
Make what?
Artist lofts out of it. And have a bunch of artists, like, do their work there. I, like, kind of give back to the arts community.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, I have an affinity for art. So, if I could make the same amount of money that I make now and have all that freedom, I probably would do, like, metal artwork, things like that. You know? I would do stuff with my hands, too.
Yeah, I think that when I retire, I'm probably going to have, like, a woodworking shop.
Yeah?
Yeah, like custom cabinetry, custom furniture, shit like that.
Oh, I could see that with you because you do work with wood.
And being very selective about when I'm going to do anything, because I'm going to be retired, so I don't really have to do anything.
Like I would do like metal fabrication. I'd make like specific art sculptures of sorts, like glass and steel.
Yeah,
this type of stuff I would like to do. Yeah, I actually made a thing once where it never actually got completed, but I had a thing where using inductance, you could wind something up and it would light up. And it was like a device that you would turn and it would crank up. And it was actually it's a decorative piece that I gave to somebody. It was going to give to somebody.
Yeah.
And so, like in college, when you're in a fraternity, you're supposed to give someone a paddle, right? So it was a paddle that lit up that you cranked to light up. It was all fabricated. From
probably can't give that kind of stuff to people in colleges anymore.
I mean, they still do.
Paddles.
They still do.
Do they?
Yeah. I mean, I think things have been, we talked about this, how things are a little bit more soft now, than they used to be.
A little is an understatement.
So,
I actually enjoy restoration work a lot too, but not like mold, water damage stuff, like restoring like
historic homes?
Historic homes, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you were on TV at one point for describing like wood.
The center school in Drake. We were doing some woodwork over there, and we're replacing some of the pieces, and we're like trying to preserve what was there. I think they had, what the fuck were those things?
It's the thing that sits underneath the roof. Underneath the, like
an overhang.
Overhang.
I forget what the name of it was.
It's like swirly wood things.
Yeah, the scrolls. There's an actual name for it, and it's not coming to my brain right now. But
yeah, me too.
We had to remake them as they were, and the windowsills as well for all the windows. The windows were salvageable, so they actually had a company come in that specialized in restoring windows, but the windowsills were all gone, so we had to replace them. So I took a profile of it, took it to a wood shop in Somerville that I work with, and they created a jig and they cut out like 16-foot lengths of windowsill, and then we cut them to piece and put everything in place with Spanish cedar. I enjoyed the fuck out of that.
I mean, we could start doing some historic home renovations, but there's a lot of red tape with that side of the business.
Yeah.
And so,
we're doing Newton is technically historic. The outside. So there's different levels of historic apparently. Like some historical homes you have to match material, match everything. Some of them it just has to look the same as it was before. So you can use updated materials. Some historic societies will make you do wood windows, single pane, like pretty much it has to look exactly like it was and be the same material. But some of them will let you upgrade the material. Like Brookline, for instance, there are places where you can't have aluminum gutters. It can be fiberglass that looks like wood, and or it has to be wood, but you can't have aluminum gutters.
I could see that. Brookline? Yeah, I could see that. So what style of home you like? Do you like colonial, modern, mid-century modern? Do you like, like Victorian homes? So what type of home would you want?
I don't know if it'd be any of those. Like whenever I do my house, it's probably going to be some weird custom fucking shit. Leaning towards colonial, probably.
Okay. So like you'd want like a center staircase with like kind of like with like big living room and a kitchen on the one side and dining and all that stuff too. Then.
And I'm definitely going to use up square footage that could have been used for a room in the living room area, because if the house has 2 floors, the living room is going to be 2 floors.
Oh, you want the open kind of like. I really like that actually when there's like a loft.
Yeah.
Like it's a 20-foot ceilings.
Like, and I like the idea of having railings like on that you can actually see
the
surrounding.
balcony, I love that too. Having like a balcony up top there.
I just need the fuckers to be a little bit older before I can allow that kind of danger around them.
Do you ever see our client, the one that did the basement? Did you ever see she has that in her living room? She has a staircase kind of like that.
I don't remember.
20-foot something ceilings. Then that's pretty cool.
I don't think I did see it.
No, you were in the basement.
Yeah, I don't think I ever went into the actual house. I just went in downstairs where Mr. Ferrari was slanging his fucking bullshit.
I also like a nice, proper, beautiful staircase. Like a foyer and then like a nice big staircase going up. I like that, At the same time, I like mid-century modern. Lots of glass.
Yeah, we just actually spent 3 days building a railing in Newton, and it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the fuck out of it, and it looks good.
Mm-hmm. Is that the one where you cut up they open up the foyer? They were so happy about that foyer. They didn't think they were going to get that much square footage.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it really opened up the space because it was this really crowded like overhang.
Fuck yeah.
Plus, like I don't know how you get furniture up there any other way. It's really hard to get furniture.
That's true.
You couldn't get a king bed up or anything. You'd have to get 2 box springs.
No, and it's funny because that job was supposed to be like move-in updates, and it turned into like a $350,000 move-in update.
Happens a lot.
And they're still planning on redoing the whole kitchen dining room area in the next year or so. So that's all going to get gutted and redone. Like the whole layout of that's going to change.
I feel like everybody does that where they go in, they're like, oh, why don't we do this? And then next thing you know, like, well, let's do everything.
Yeah.
Like, let's do a couple windows. Oh, well, while you're at it, why don't we just put a new bathroom and kitchen in there too as well? Just like the place we had in Brighton. It was like bathroom and paint. And it turned into
ComAv?
Yeah, and then it turned into bathroom, paint, and kitchen.
Well, I told them in the beginning because they actually mentioned they wanted to paint everything and do doors and the bathroom. And I'm like, you guys are going to walk in here and you're going to look at your kitchen and you're going to be like, what?
Because it sticks out. Because
everything is modern and updated and shaker panel doors, solid shaker panel doors. We coffered ceilings. Like, it was beautiful. And then you walk in, you look at the kitchen and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
As soon as we finish, because they live in Virginia, I think.
Uh-huh.
They live out of state. I don't remember if it's Virginia or not. But as soon as we finished, I was like, all right, we're done. If you guys want to come do a quick walkthrough. As soon as they walked in, they looked at the kitchen like, we're going to do the kitchen.
This is what we called it out, too.
It's the first thing that she said to me. They walked in like, we're going to do the kitchen.
You called it, too, as well.
Yeah.
It's the funny thing.
And even like when you do full renovation, like a lot of people like saving like historical parts of the house or like older parts of the house. Like,
it's actually kind of hard to do that.
It is, and it doesn't match what's there once you do the renovation, right? Like one of our clients right now, they haven't said anything, but I know they're kind of having a little bit of regret of not updating their whole staircase because the entire staircase now does not match the house because the house is all pretty much brand new, but the staircase is the original staircase.
I mean, there's a way to blend it, but you have to pick a certain style for it to blend.
Yeah, but even like we actually took the railings and we stripped all of the handrails so that we can actually stain it well. Once we stripped it, we discovered that it was completely gouged. Like a bunch of it was epoxy and Bondo and wood putty all over the place. So there was no saving it.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, it was like Frankenstein's hand railing. So after we sanded the whole thing down so that we can stain it so it would match the floors and stuff, we ended up having to throw paint back on it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Because yes, it was all bonded.
It was
that's funny.
It was Frankenstein's railing pretty much.
What do you think the weirdest thing you ran into is?
Like on a job site and like all the fucking dildos that we found in Lynn.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
It's like fucking 17 dildos spread out throughout the house.
Yeah.
Like open a cabinet, dildo. Go into the roof, dildo. Yard, dildo. Just dildos everywhere. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. This is the second time you brought up the dildo now.
What's that?
The second time in this podcast you brought up a bunch of dildos. That's hilarious.
But it is the weirdest thing I've ever run into. Is just the amount of freaking...
I hope you had gloves on.
I didn't touch them. I just got pictures of it from the guys. The guys just kept, for some reason, they kept sending me like, hey, look what we found. Hey, look what we found.
And then you sent them to me. And
Why the fuck not?
I was with the client. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And there's a client right next to me. Oh, man, I can't pick up my phone.
But I mean, the house that we found all those in was technically a crackhead house. So that was actually a cool deal, too, because we got a car out of it. We got a car out of the deal in Lynn. They were missing like one payment. It was like a $300 payment. And they asked us for money to pay it. And then they were like, you know what? We're moving to Arizona. We don't know what to do with the car. Do you think we could leave it here? And we're like, do you have a title? And they're like, yeah. I was like, oh, just leave the car here with the title and we'll deal with it.
Oh, we got rid of the car for them.
And we sold the car for like a couple $1,000s. I don't even remember what it was.
And then, what was it? I think the weirdest thing I've dealt with is like, there are people that are very neurotic people.
Yeah.
Like in sales. And like some of the requests that people have. I remember this one person, they bought a new construction property and, the house is rebuilt. Like everything's done, right? And they wanted to flip the bathroom around. They wanted to put the sink on the other side and put the shower, rip apart the whole bathroom and turn the
people don't understand though how like much of a hassle that could actually be. Like that doesn't involve just that bathroom.
No, it's major. I was like, but you're gonna have like a soffit underneath your thing. It's gonna be this like weird like boxed end thing, like because that's not where the pipes go.
You either have a soffit or you gotta like tear open the ceiling underneath and figure out a way to do it so that you don't have a soffit. But like either way, you're still pretty intense.
Well, the support beam was right there too.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to have a soffit. It's like like there. I was like, that's not like a little thing. So you don't think the developer would do that for me? I'm like, fuck no. It's like he's not gonna rip apart your whole bathroom and flip it around. I mean, like after it's already done.
Pay him maybe.
But she wanted to get it done for free. And I was like, no, that's definitely not gonna happen. No. That was one of the weird ones. So you think it's that much work? Yes, it's that much work.
It's a ton of work, dude.
But then that same person, that same person. Like one time, I sent a courier to pick up something, right? Because we had to send in a check or something like that. And I get my bill. My courier bill's like super high, and I call the courier company. I'm like, why did you guys charge me so much money for this? It's like, so your client made me sit outside for 2 hours. I was like, what? It's like, yeah. Look, here's the timestamps and everything. And I find out that like they were in a meeting. They had agreed to a certain time for pickup. And I said exactly that time. And the person was in some sort of meeting, opened the door and went, 1 second, closed the door and didn't come back for 2 hours.
What the fuck?
It was like no consideration for anybody else at all. I don't know. But that was like the whole process was like that. She was late for like 2 hours for like an hour for every appointment. It was crazy.
But going back to the bathroom thing, that's actually a good point that you brought up. Like people bunch in remodeling a bathroom as remodeling a bathroom, but there's remodeling a bathroom and remodeling a bathroom. Like if you're just updating things, that's one thing. I think that's a better way of putting it. Updating a bathroom and remodeling are two completely different things. Because if you're going to move things around in a bathroom,
it changes everything.
That's major renovation. If you're keeping the fixtures where they are, then yeah, that's pretty simple. You change the fixtures, put everything, unless you find damage inside the walls, leaking water somewhere or anything like that, then that's different. But like other than that, it's pretty straightforward. You take one thing out, you put another thing in. But if you're going to move something around, Like a lot of people want to move the toilet in their bathroom, and like that's one of the biggest freaking pipes in the bathroom. Like moving the toilet in a bathroom is wild.
Oh, and it's the biggest pipe there is.
Yeah. And you got to find a way to get that same pipe to. Usually the toilet's located somewhere where it's going to be near the stack, where it can go right into the stack. If you move that toilet, you got to find a way to get to that
big ass pipe somewhere across the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which turns into soffit somewhere.
Yep.
The basement we're doing in Lynn. We finished the whole basement, and unfortunately, there was no way around it. The bathroom upstairs was remodeled. The way that they did it, they're inside the shower. There's a soffit that hides the pipe for the toilet.
Inside the shower?
Yeah, like right above. We lowered the basement floors like 1.5 feet, so it's not like somebody's gonna hit their head on it, but it's there. It's unsightly.
Oh, so she did drop the floor, huh?
Well, we had to. We weren't gonna meet height requirements if we didn't. She's
super nice. I'm glad. She's super nice.
She is.
Like I knew, like I kind of knew that she was going to just keep going. She's like, oh, now I want this done. Now I want that done.
Yeah.
That's the one with the pool in the back, right?
Yeah.
Did they fill it in or something like that?
No, somebody built a deck over it.
Over a swimming pool.
Over the swimming pool.
So it's still like there. Is it an in-ground pool?
No, it's an above ground pool. I imagine that backyard at some point with that pool probably looked really nice, because I don't know if you noticed, like the overgrowth in the back had a nice little path that goes down to that pond and everything too. Like when it was kept, like well maintained, it probably looked really nice.
I bet. Yeah, because there's a little path that goes down to the water there.
But it's completely overgrown and falling apart now. And then somebody went and built a deck not correctly above the pool.
I think that's the most common thing that we find that's not correctly built. It's a deck. There are so many there's so many decks that are just
and when they built it over it, they didn't do any kind of waterproofing for it. So all the water issues that they were having in the house was because of the pool.
The pool?
Yeah, because the pool would fill up with water, and the water would go that way.
Oh, into the house.
Yeah,
the opposite direction.
While we were there doing the work in the kitchen, I had the guys freaking bore a bunch of holes into the side of the pool so it goes down the hill instead.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So that I wouldn't destroy the house.
That makes sense. Huh. I thought it was the gutter. I didn't realize it was the pool.
No, it was the pool and the gutter.
The gutter was just literally just dumping
into the foundation.
Yeah. Yep. The simplest thing is like change everything. You know? Gutters being one of them.
Small maintenance throughout the year for houses. Most people don't know. Oh, excuse me.
What time do we have? Has it been an hour yet? Okay. Okay. You want to wrap it up or you want to keep going?
I don't know. We can keep talking.
Yeah.
We can pause. I just yawned. That's why you looked at the clock, isn't it?
No, because I'm also tired too. It's been a long day for both of us.
Does this conversation even fit into Equity or Bus? We've just been fucking shooting the shit for 45 minutes.
Basically.
No, not 45 minutes. How long have we been recording for?
About an hour.
About an hour?
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about random shit.
It is.
A little more laid back.
Just a chat. The people that do the marketing are going to have a fun time trying to figure out how to fit this into into what we do. Yeah, maybe we call it. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to do this once in a while. Probably have Jeff go out to fucking job sites with us and do some of these on a job site and talk about the job.
Hey, so if there's let me go ahead and ask you a question. If there's one thing.
Shut the fuck up.
Right? Here we go. Try to go deep. Anyhow, if there's one thing that you could tell everyone that wanted to get into construction, right? Where do you think they should start?
There's no real answer to that, I don't think. Just get a job working with somebody that knows what they're doing and just put in the hours.
And what's the difference between like being a foreman or being a project manager? Like, how do you get to that from starting out?
Literally earning your bones, I think, is the best way, because if you work your way, if you can go to school, right, and become a project manager, but that person's never really going to know what happens on a job site and how it runs from top to bottom. You should always have, you can go be a project manager, but you should get at least a year of experience being a laborer or, a carpenter's assistant, something, so you know how a job site goes.
I think a hands-on experience is much better than like classroom.
Wildly important to have hands-on experience.
Absolutely. I 1000% agree with that.
Like I taught electricians today a trick that they never knew about. They stripped a screw inside of a freaking box in the ceiling, and they were going to have to take the whole box out. And I learned this thing from an electrician like 10 years ago from some random dude. I told him, just butcher another box, connect it to the fucking existing box, and then mount the hardware to that. And they were like, oh shit, we can do that? I was like, why the fuck couldn't you do that? Why would you open up the whole ceiling to fix your fuck up? Just, it's not, just connect the new box to the old box and put it in there. As long as it's sealed tight. It's the same thing when you guys put a box inside the wall and it's too far away from the drywall, you have to put an extension into it, don't you? I was like, yeah, so it's the same fucking thing. Just do that.
I remember there was a door that came out of the frame, right? And your predecessor, right? Like, I don't know.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah. I was like, he didn't know what to do. He's like, I don't know. Like, the hole's too big now. How do I put the thing? I was like, and I handed him a golf tee, right? I said, hammer this golf tee in, right? And then go and mount it now. He's like, oh my God, that worked. I was like, yeah, old trick, you know what I mean? But it works, Put a little golf tee in. Have you ever done that? The golf tee thing?
Yeah. Or we just run a blade through some shims and just shove the shims in there like a motherfucker.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. This golf tee's easy because it's the right shape.
Or sometimes I get a screw that's a lot bigger than the old screw and shove that through there too.
Well, the problem is that that someone already did that. It was like fucking big ass screw.
Well, not long, thicker, so that
No, it was thick and big.
Oh,
that screw that was already in there. That's why it was like literally. That's why we had to use a golf tee.
Oh, okay.
It's like a huge asshole.
That's impossible. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think that's it. And so that's it for me today. You have anything you want to add?
Yeah. If you wanted to tell somebody how to get into real estate, what would you tell them to do, Young? Go
get a license. Go find someone who's really successful already and just copy them. Try to learn from someone who's already done it. I think the worst thing that anyone can do is to try to figure it out on their own.
There's no reason to, especially in today's age. Oh, and go use AI. Holy shit, use AI. It's available.
Now, the thing is, it's dangerous, though, because AI isn't always right.
Well, so...
It's a nice guide, but it's not perfect.
So don't trust AI's data, right? Because AI kind of aggregates data from the internet, and there's a lot of stupidity online, and so it's not completely trustworthy. Hallucinations. Let's call it hallucinations, right? Mm-hmm. But for structuring data and like organizing data and shit like that, it's fantastic. I can't tell you how much time I've saved over the last like 6 months where I just input a bunch of random crap into ChatGPT. I'm actually switching to Claude now because I like Claude better now. But I would input random crap into ChatGPT and it would spit out a professional document for me.
I still use it the same way too. I put presentations together all the time like that. Yep. Absolutely. And it's actually amazing like how fast it does it too. I mean, there's things that would take me like a couple hours to do and it does it in like 10 minutes.
Dude, I told you about the inspector in Brookline, right? Where he wants every last item itemized, even the homeowner supplied materials for a cost so that they know how much more they could add to the permit. So I had Claude pump out a cost affidavit with the owner sent me a spreadsheet with links and I uploaded the contract and I said, can you create a cost affidavit from this and use the square footage on my contract for the materials? And it pumped it out. And I obviously verified it because I wanted to make sure it was right. Because if it wasn't right, then the owners are going to be paying more than they should. But it was right and it was good. And it took it 5 minutes to do it. It would have taken me like a couple of hours to put that together.
So I took like a couple different offer memorandums and I ran a different property in OM. And an OM can be like 100 pages long. and then for you to edit everything. Even if you use like even if you use the find function, right? First of all, it was in PDF, so we had to get it from PDF into either a PowerPoint or Word document, and it was able to do that. And then you can use the find feature to substitute all the words that you need to find to kind of change the OM to your own style. It was the template OM that's what it gave me, but it's still like very laborious to do all that. And in like 10 minutes, what would have taken me like 4 hours to rewrite an OM, it just did like 10, 15 minutes. So
don't trust the data, but you
got to verify everything, obviously.
Definitely use it to like organize the data and create documents because it's great.
Image editing is very interesting too.
You also got to make sure you tell it, don't change anything, just input the data for me.
But sometimes it's so stupid though. Like I remember I drew out something, like I think I don't know if I said it to you, but I don't know if the person called you about the countertop yet then.
I actually just got a call before I came here.
Oh, okay. So about a countertop?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's her. I guess I need the image for that then. I'll put it in JobTread. Or company cam. It's like a U-shaped countertop, and one section of it is 9 inches longer than the other side.
It's not actually U, right? Like round. It's a square U.
It's a square U.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it'd be a lot harder. A square. It's like a square U, but the one end of the C, right, is a little longer. It's 9 inches longer, and I could not get ChatGPT to draw that little edge 9 inches over. It was like the perfect symmetric C. I was like, no, it's like a little more. I like no, and I had like no. The top is 4 feet and 9 inches. The bottom is like draw the scale. So then it put a scale next to it and put a grid, but it's still the damn same C. I'm like, come on, man.
Try Claude.
Yeah. So I mean, because it's supposed to be like
it trips it up though. It fucks up.
95% of the way there,
but it can't finish that little bit.
Especially with art and stuff, you're like, oh, I want to make a.
Yeah, like I was.
And they'll be like, oh, this is almost perfect. Can you just do this? Just make a little swirl on it.
And then it literally fucks it all up if you try to continue. Like for the house in Brookline that we're doing, Andrew and Jenny's place, I wanted a rendering of the fireplace because I wanted to show them what our plan was for it to look like. And I took a picture. I was like, all right, put the fireplace here like this, and like this. And it did everything. But it saw there's like a doorway that goes across into the kitchen. You know how like the whole layout now is one big circle? It kept creating a hallway going straight back. And I was like, there's nothing there.
Oh, that's so funny because it's just a wall there.
I was like, make believe there's nothing there. And then it did it. And then I was like, all right, now the cabinets go all the way to that wall. And then it did it. And I was like, all right, now open a doorway next to the cabinets. And then there was a hallway going all the way down again.
I had the same problem. You know how like there was a counter and then there's a wall here? It totally removed the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, put the wall back. Because like I'm just trying to draw it with new countertops, but everything else is the same. But it literally removed the whole wall.
Yeah.
So I mean, it looked better without the wall, but that's not what the job description was.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't trust AI completely, but it is amazing what it can do now, especially compared to like the generative AI compared to what it used to do like even a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Well, like I showed you the AI when I uploaded 3 of my headshots and I said make a professional headshot using these, and it spit back a Caucasian, and I was like, what the hell? It's like it took my headshots and gave like a Caucasian picture back for my headshot. I'm like, where did that come from? I gotta show you that if I haven't showed you that.
Racist AI.